Now, one of the things that these awards always prove is the incredible power of sport to change lives, and that is undoubtedly true of our next winner, whose incredible physical challenges are making a difference to thousands of people.
Being sporty, to me, is essential whilst having cystic fibrosis, because how hard I train directly impacts how long I'm going to live.
As a parent, it's really hard to listen to the news that your baby may not live very long.
When I was 2, we saw an American doctor, and he basically told my parents to run me around the field till my legs fell off, and then when I was too tired, to throw me in the sea and make me swim, because exercise was going to be key for keeping me fit and healthy and giving me the longest life possible. Back then in 1987, the diagnosis wasn't very good. The life expectancy was early teens. I got to my teens, I was told that I wouldn't reach my 30th birthday. So I wanted to make sure that I achieved as much as possible in what would potentially be a short life. My first challenge really was the start of a journey of raising awareness for cystic fibrosis, and more importantly, sport and exercise within cystic fibrosis. My second proper challenge was a world record where I lifted 1 million kilos in under 24 hours. 10 days before the 1 million kilo challenge, I broke my right hand and had to continue with strapping it up. I threw up 5 times, fainted, and then I was picked up off the floor and told to carry on because we weren't on track. One of the hardest things for children with cystic fibrosis is that they can't meet, they can't come into contact. So they can't exercise with friends who also have cystic fibrosis, so they can't relate to other people. And that's really why I set up CF Warriors. It's unbelievable how far that's come in the last 2 years. And kids are now proud to have cystic fibrosis, and they feel really strong and almost superhuman for having it as well, which to me is what I set out to do.
Our daughter Nancy and a lot, look up to him as a role model to what they could achieve in their lives,
Hi guys, you're the best. I'm a CFO and I believe. I want to be the same like you one day. I am a CF warrior and I believe.
He's a hero to them. He's a hero to most people.
He's made a massive difference to people in the cystic fibrosis community.
My latest challenge this year was to swim 21 miles in a pool down in Dover, which was 1,533 lengths, and then cycle from Dover to St James's Palace in London, and then run home to Cardiff, which was 6 marathons back to back, and 5 days with no rest. And that was definitely my toughest to date. And along with my family and friends, we've helped to raise over £800,000 now for charities. We're genuinely making difference to children's and their families' lives. It's a journey that I wouldn't change one bit for, so I'm quite happy that I've got a terminal disease.
He is a remarkable young man and will make you all feel very inadequate. Please welcome, fresh from that incredible challenge, real-life superhero, Josh Llewellyn-Jones. You all right? All that, he's a good-looking bugger too, isn't he? Really hate you. I've hated you for years. Josh and I have known each other for many years now. I think just before your first challenge, which was to climb Kili.
Yes, wow, 16 years ago, I was 17 when I climbed Kili. Yeah.
Right, okay. There's a few people that have climbed Kilimanjaro in this room. I think we're meeting someone else who's done it as well a little bit later on. So we all know how hard it is. You do it, but then you didn't just leave it there. What did you do when you got to the top?
Well, we had to make it a bit different. So I phoned former European heavyweight champion Scott Welch and asked him to have a fight with me on top.
Of course you did. So you got to the top, had a fight.
Yeah.
It's gone on from there, though. Your challenges get bigger and bigger. We can see the small children you're inspiring. And now your CF Warriors campaign, Josh, I think is just one of the most remarkable things. To see those young kids turning around and saying, when I grow up, I want to be like you, it's an extraordinary thing.
How could I not do what I do when I see stuff like that? It's tough because growing up, I was always told I would never reach 30. So to be stood on this stage at 32 and see kids like that having genuine belief,
Where do you think you'd be if your mum and dad hadn't taken you to see that doctor?
Without sport and exercise, I genuinely wouldn't be stood on this stage tonight.
It's kept you alive.
Yeah, and like I said in the video, how hard I train directly impacts how long I'm going to live. So how can that not motivate you to get up every day and train for 5, 6, 7 hours a day?
There you go. That's all you need to hear, isn't it? It's that discipline, it's that drive. I know you're already planning your next challenge. Anything you can share with us, Josh?
Yeah, I've got a few different challenges for 2020, but my next one will be for Rays of Sunshine Children's Charity, which grants wishes to terminally ill children. And I'm going to attempt to run 24 marathons in 24 days, and I'll finish on the London Marathon. So if anyone wants to join me in the London Marathon, you are more than welcome.
He's already tried to get me already. I don't doubt for a minute, as tough as it's going to be, you will complete every single step of those 24 marathons. You are an extraordinary young man. I'm so thrilled that you're getting this award. Let's bring your award up. You're going to be presented from an Olympic champion. She won team gold in Rio in 2016 with the hockey ladies team. It is the gorgeous Sam Quek. I kind of look at, Sam, you play team sport all your life. I know Josh was a big rugby player and stuff, but what his challenges he tends to do on his own. He tries to get people in. Can you imagine doing that?
I don't even know where to start. I think when you get the introduction of Olympic gold medalist, it's a dream of many athletes. But for you, Josh, you said it in the video. You said the kids and the people you work with are superhuman, and I think you absolutely just represent that in a nutshell. You are superhuman for what you've achieved and how many people you inspire. It's just incredible.
It really is. Josh, congratulations. Sam, thank you very much. Josh Llewellyn-Jones, everybody.